Welcome, everybody. My name is Maria Bearcat, and I am going to be doing a very brief overview on how to access the content calendar that we're going to be working with throughout the training and throughout the year. And for anyone who's not on the training, this is just an easy tool for you to understand how to go ahead and use the form. So what we're going to do as first thing, we're going to go and we're going to take a look at Google Docs. So the document will be shared to you as a shared file. And the very first thing that I want you to do is I want you to go to File and I want you to make a copy. And I want you to put it in your Google Drive where you can access it, and because you can't edit the one that I have sent you, because I haven't given you permission. But if you make a copy of it, that you can. So that's the very first thing that you want to do. The second thing is it usually defaults to a 100 size. I have a very large computer screen, so I'm able to see a lot of things. But even though I have a large screen, I still like to view things at 75%. It gives me a better overview. And as you look in the individual months down at the bottom, that'll make more sense. The very first tab is for instructions. It just has a little bit of stuff for those of you in the training. We're going to go through all this in a lot of detail. I like to color code things. I recommend that you do too. You begin to get used to it as you see them. So choose your colors and stick with those colors. For monthly themes, I like the maroon. I have weekly themes, national events, in-house events, hashtag days, special day themes, and then blog entries. And you can put anything else that you want in here and you will see how it goes. This particular document is a training document for a wellness company. And I think that what you should do is you should name it to the 2020 and for your own business. So let's jump into January. So January, and it's already at 75%. So I'm going to go up to 100%. So at 100%, you're not able to see a whole lot of things. At 75%, you still have the fourth week cut off, but at least you have a way to go in and begin to plan for the whole month. If you go down to 50%, again, it really depends on your own computer. This is just too small for me. I don't like it. But if I know what I'm doing, then I can do it. So I safely work at 75. The very top part are your tabs. You have the date, and it goes by daily, and then it's separated by week. Then this column is for weekly events, and I'm going to show you what that means. You can change it to whatever you want, but I'm gonna give you an idea of what that is. And then your title topic. So your title topic is the theme, or what it is you're going to talk about. So you're either going to talk about New Year's Day, you're going to talk about National Bubble Bath Day, you're going to talk about National Day of Service. And then in your copy, which is where your content is, this is your call to action or the gist of what it is that you're talking about. So if National Bubble Bath Day, you want to promote bath bombs, that's what you would write in here. And then you would toggle down to the link or image, and you would go up to edit. You go to insert image in the cell. So you want it inside the cell, so it's going to come up really short like this one, or over the cell means it's going to fill up the whole screen. So you want to do in the cell. And the reason you're doing this is just so that you're not duplicating things and you're not making, them overly big. So I don't even know what I chose here, but what it does is it uploads and then it fits perfectly inside the little box. So it's just a sort of visual for you so that you know if this was your bath bombs, that's what you're doing on there. And you'll notice that the color coding is there. So what I've done is at the very top, you have days that are represented by that month. These are national months. So you have Weight Loss Awareness Month, National Mentoring Month, Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, National Glaucoma, National Blood Donor, Thank You Month, National Hobby Month, and National Tea Month. There are probably many other national months, and I used to fill this calendar with everything. But what I find is that it's too overwhelming. And because this is a wellness company, I have populated it with wellness days. Even though not all wellness companies are created equal, they may not even care that it's National Blood Donor Month, so they're not going to do it. So I like to highlight in this color. If we go back to our instructions, you'll see that monthly themes are in that color. I like to highlight so I can see it right away. So what am I going to do with that? Weight Loss Awareness Month. Well, we're going to get into it more in the training, but for those of you that are just wanting to know how to use the calendar, you might want to do a blog post. And since this was New Year's week and you don't really want to do that, you might put it in Monday and you might say National Weight Loss Awareness Month. And you can stretch out your columns. And then here's where your copy goes. So I like to put my blogs in pink. I like to see them. And I don't blog every day. So maybe you just blog once a month or you blog every single week. This is where you're going to put that. What is it you're going to talk about? So it's National Weight Loss Awareness Month. So maybe you want to talk about your products to help with weight loss. You might list them. You might have a promotion on there, whatever it is that you have. And then again, try to do the link. Now, the thing with blogs is you do want to post them here as they are, but you're not going to do it all on the same day. So this is the 6th of January. Maybe you decide to repost this here on the 6th. So you're going to put that. And then you're going to go to Instagram and you're going to do that on the 7th. And then you're going to do Twitter on the 8th. You're going to do LinkedIn on the 9th. And then you're going to put your image in there and any notes that you have to follow up with it. So that kind of gives you an idea of what you're using here. And if you've modified anything from the National Bubble Bath Day. So this is an article in its entirety because it's a blog entry. So it's just going to be reposted. But National Bubble Bath Day, maybe you're going to do something different or you're going to use a different image. So that could be another thing that you might want to put in there is, and you have the main image that you want, but then under each you're going to put the actual post. Maybe you screenshot it and you slip it in there, especially if it performs really well or something like that. The purpose of it is for you to have ideas. Then you can go through and you can view what else is here. So there's National Clean Off Your Desk Day. Maybe you're notorious for having a messy desk and you think, you know what, I do want to talk about that a little bit. So I like to bold it so I know that I'm going to talk about it, and then I like to put it in here. So it's Clean Off Your Desk Day. I'm going to color code it because it's a hashtag day, so I like to put them in that color. And then I'm going to put the gist of what I need to talk about. So I'm planning a year in advance. So I'm not going to write my October information, but what do I want to talk about on here? What is it that I want to talk about? Maybe I have accessories for my desk. Maybe my desk is a mess. Maybe I can, do a picture of my desk, right? And then I'll post that in here and then where I post it and how it differs, right? So let's take a look at February. So February is already at 75%. We have all of our months here. So we have Black History Month, National Cat Health Month, International Healthcare Month, American Heart, National Heart, Youth Leadership. And youth leadership actually uses the hashtag Engage in Change. It's a national event. National Weddings Month, National Cherry Month, National Marijuana Awareness Month. So it just depends. This is for a wellness company, so we don't know what kind of products they carry. So you want to decide what it is you're going to talk about. And the wonderful thing about these types of months is I like to highlight 4 events if it's applicable. So we're going to talk about Black History Month. We're going to talk about National Heart Month. we're going to talk about this youth leadership. And then we're going to talk about National Marijuana Awareness Month. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So now you have 4 options to blog. So you have 4 weeks out of the month, and you would put it in here. Black History Month, and you know that it's going to be a blog. So you're going to put it in pink. Go back and correct it. And then you can decide if it's just a general piece or if there's somebody specific you want to talk about. I think in this case, as a wellness company, you could spotlight Black wellness professional. Whoops. Oh boy, my fingers are really. You could, whatever you want to do, and then talk about it here, and then you can have a space for notes. So the other thing is you can drag these over if you want to talk about Umbrella Day or Safe Internet Day, World Radio Day. You're going to highlight them, you're going to bring them in here, and you're going to take a look at them. Now, February in 2020 happens to be, I didn't highlight it, is Leap Day. So that is a really special day because it only comes every 4 years. So I would recommend that you build up to Leap Day and that you highlight it and that you really take an opportunity to talk about it. It's definitely going to be a hashtag for the day. You can spend all week long talking about it and then just fill into your copy area what you're going to do and what you're going to post, right? So let's take a look at March. So March already has a few things highlighted. Some hashtags are better than others. And what I mean by that is World Wildlife Day is huge. It's been around for a long, long time. And when you post on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter and you use that hashtag, it's probably going to be a trending topic. Whereas National Peanut Butter Lovers Day, which is the March 1st, isn't going to be as big as World Wildlife Day or International Women's Day, which is a very big day. So what you want to do is you want to highlight these on the left, and hopefully you will talk about them on the right. So maybe you're having another event that you're doing on that day and you can't talk about it. You could just move it somewhere else. So it's not really written in stone, but your hashtags, if to get the best bang for your buck, you totally want to focus on events that as they happen on here. So let's look over at July. 75%. We have our national holidays highlighted. We're going to go up and we're going to choose our month. So this is National Herbal Wellness Awareness. And the great thing about that is that is the business. So that is going to be the only thing we're going to talk about. And so each week we want to talk about National Herbal Awareness. And this is going to be in your blog. So you're going to copy, and let's see, that was on Wednesday. So you're going to paste it in. And this one's going to be on Thursday. But you want to make sure that the message is different. So that's the real point here, is that you want to go in and you want to talk about something different. And sometimes you can time this to something else that's going on. So National Ice Cream Day, very loosely, is not a wellness product, but if it were a day that had that, then I would switch that blog to time with the month and then also the day. So hopefully that makes sense. We're just going to quickly look at November. November has as well a lot of days that you can choose from. Again, if I wouldn't pick more than 4, and I would only highlight them once a week. It just depends how long the month is. Here is a weekly event. So World Kindness Week is from November 9th to November 15th. Any major week I have put already on the calendar. If you want a list of them or you know them, I would go in and do them because not everybody likes them and not all of them are applicable to a business. So World Kindness Day is one of those things where every single day we're going to talk about kindness here. So it's going to have a some kind of message theme that's kindness related, and then maybe you're going to change it up here, right? And then on Philanthropy Day, you're going to time both of them, and that content's going to be a little bit different here. So National Family Volunteer Day is a big event. It's a national event, but it is also an event that this particular wellness company highlights in their own business. So what I like to do for that is if you go back to instructions and you look at in-house events, what we're going to do is we're going to change the color of that. So the week knows that this is a very important hashtag day because blue is the hashtag color, but it's also an event. So now you have a lot of things. So you're going to probably build up to this event and you're going to talk about the event. And so that's going to be your content. So this doesn't necessarily have to have your theme, but the content is really important. So you're going to promote event. And that's going to be something that you do every day in your posts. Maybe you're going to also do them on Tuesdays. You're going to go back to October and you're going to go toward the end of the month. And in your content here, you're going to say promote event, right? And you put the name of the event in here so that you have an idea of what it is that you're talking about. And maybe there's information that you want to do on that particular thing. So I've also highlighted some and not put them in. And that's because these may be things that you like or they're applicable to the company, but you have a big event coming and it's Halloween week and you're just not sure if you're going to be able to talk about it. But as you're doing your posting, because not everything is scheduled in advance, and you're looking at the next week and you see that it's there, that you've already said, yeah, I like it and I have material for it. Maybe you already put an image in there that you might use. And to help you on it, it can be something that you can strategize and work on. So that's, in a nutshell, how you use this. The wonderful thing about Google is that if I share this document with someone, make sure that they have the ability to edit it. If they don't, then you're going to get an email. You put their name in. Once it's shared with them, as long as it stays in your drive, in a particular folder, this person will always have access to it. That's why I want you to make a copy and move it somewhere else on your drive, because I don't want to see what you're doing on your folders. So you can enter that in there, or you can send them a shareable link. And again, it will ask you, can they edit or just view it? And then you can actually copy that link and send it to them so that they have it. And the nice thing about sharing it is that you will see them up at the top. So it's going to say, so Maria's in here and she's doing this. And then if Joe jumps in, it's going to show Joe, and you can do it at the same time. So this is something new that, fairly new for Google. And it makes the sharing of the calendar here very good. So we're right about 30 minutes. I hope that was helpful to you. If anyone is interested in learning a little bit more about the training, you can reach out to us at designbearmarketing.com, and you will be able to see a link to the club and to the separate training. And what we do in that is we go every month and we review. There is a special training that we do, and people submit their things to me. I will give them ideas, and if people want to review them, sometimes I'll go in and show you. They're very short and sweet, but it gives you a chance at the beginning of the month to be prepared for that month. So for those of you that don't want to do the whole year today or tomorrow, then at the end of May, we're going to hop on and we're going to talk about June. We're going to say, okay, June is an empty slate. What are we going to do in June, and I'm going to give you other ideas. Maybe I found other things. Maybe I've already chosen. I've got my photos in here. I'm going to give you an idea of what the blogs look like. So that's part of the club. So thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in training.